Okay, so hi everyone. Thank you so much for enrolling this class, Agricultural Products Marketing, and the class code. No. I mean, the course code is going to be 1203325. So if you make sure that you enroll the correct course that you would like to take. And this course is actually the major elective for School of Management. And actually, I'm not the lecturer from the School of Management. I'm lecturer in the School of Agro Industry, and I was invited to teach agricultural products marketing this for this year, and this is the second year. Some of you might have learned with me before last semester in consumer behaviors, and I hope you you understand that, and I will try my best to teach you for this course as well. So let me talk, go over with the the outline at first, and then I will continue with the first lectures. So this class is actually set on Friday from 1 p.m. to 3:50 p.m. But I would say I'll be sharing this style to I can make the video record maybe at least 3 days, 3 to 5 days before. Then I can post on the Google Classroom. So your job is study before. Then we will have around 1 hour for having some discussion, some games, or some activities in the class. So the key point is learn before the class. I might have some pre-test. So, but pre-test, I did not want to count for the score. I just want to let you do something in advance because I want to know that you understand use how much of the knowledge that you have before each chapters. So it will make us know, it will make me know that what part that I need to explain more. And we're gonna have the post test. So post test gonna be called as the part of the formative assessment. Okay, so again, pre-test, you just did it, but you should try your best too. But for the post-test, I'm gonna count that for part of it, part of the total grade, and we're gonna have assignment in each chapter as well. So let's go one by one. So again, so my name is Chitrat Siri Wilmuns. Some of you might not know me before, but some of you have known me already. So my nickname is Art ART. So you can call me Ajahn Art. That's okay too. So and we will have Ajahn Susiri Rumruang. She is the class coordinator for uh, this course. So if you have any suggestions or if you need some help, please email to me like this Chirrat, CHIRAT at sir@ffu.ac.th. And here is the course description. So this course is designed to teach you about the characteristic and the problem of major agricultural products, roles and policy of the government, integrated marketing management system, marketing mix, and a new product development, speculations and the futures, commodity as prospect. So actually, um, you have some knowledge about the general products marketing, but this course is specifically focused on the agricultural products that have some characteristic that is not the same as the other products. And in order to know the marketing strategies, you might need to understand the government issues. You need to know about the component in terms of the marketing management, marketing mix. And finally, I will provide you some case study at the end of the class too. So this course is like you know the fundamental and also the applications focus on the agricultural products. So what is the course objectives? So after you finish this course, you need to understand the concept and characteristic of agricultural products marketing. Then you would be able to explain the major problem that happens in agricultural products and agro-industrial products. Then you would be able to analyze the process of agricultural products marketing management and to be able to apply the marketing strategies. Then I'm going to ask you to do some term projects, which is going to be the group work. And finally, you would be able to integrate and apply the concept that you learned from the lectures to the topics that you selected. Then here are the assessment. As I mentioned before, we're going to have the formative assessment. So normally, we're going to have a lot of percentage on midterm and final exam. But for this time, this situation, so we need to change, we need to reduce the percentage in midterm and final exam and transfer it to formative assessment. So that means you need to do some quiz, you need to do the assignment, and also have some discussion and participation in class. So this gonna be called for 30%. Midterm exams and final exam, I decided for both of them gonna be like take home style. So no worry about the time. So I will give you maybe 1 week or 5 days durations for finish the exams, and I'm gonna grade it and let you know the score. The term project. So after midterm exams, I'm gonna give you the term projects like the topics, and then you should work in group, and finally you submit the report. So all together, no, not yet. We're gonna have attendance. That means every Friday, started from this Friday, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, on August 20. So that is the first time for attendance checked. So please join the live sessions. It's going to be maximum 1 hour. Okay. So altogether going to be 100%. And the grading criteria, I will grade it by, no, your score will be graded by the fixed criteria. So if you get A, that means you need to have at least 80%. And it's lower than 50%, so you're gonna have F for sure. So this is the criteria. So here are the references that I use. So let's go one by 1 week for uh, the program. So on August 20, I'm going to teach you the introduction to agricultural products marketing. So this is the introduction class. So I will ask you to do some assignment, and don't forget that we have attendance 1%. For the second week, I'm going to go for the situation of agricultural products marketing. The third week, we're going to learn a little bit more in the marketing system. And next one, we're going to learn about the analyzing of product marketing, behavioral analysis, analyzing of the competitions, target marketing, value creations, and marketing strategies. And then we're going to have midterm exam. Normally, midterm exam will start from the first week to the 7th week only. After that, after midterm exam, we will learn about 4Ps. So we will learn about products dimension first, following with the price, and then the place dimension, and finally about promotion. And last 3 lectures will be on the marketing planning. And as I mentioned at the beginning of these videos, so I will teach you the case studies in both raw materials and in both processes, food products. And finally, we're going to have the final exam. So here are all the outline. And again, If it's not clear or you still need to have some part that you need to ask me, please email to me like this email chirat.sir@mmu.ac.th. So this is the outline. Then let's continue for our first lecture. Okay, I hope you see the screen. Okay. Okay, again, because I found that learning online, like live session only might not be work, especially for this kind of situation, the COVID-19 pandemic. So I would ask you to watch the videos that I gonna make for you every week. So what you need to do, I'm gonna post the pre-test, then you need to finish maybe 1 or 2 days after posting. Then you watch the videos. The third one, I'm sorry for the sound. And the third one, you need to attain the live class, the live sessions. And finally, you need to finish the post test and some assignment that I gonna assign. So I'm so sorry for the sounds of the motorcycles and yeah, so sorry about that. Okay, so in conclusion, this means I'm gonna give you videos maybe 2 hours maximum, and then one live session is combined together to be 3 hours. That is for 3 credit. So you should not take longer time than that because it's just decided to be just 3 hours. Okay, so I hope you you have big pictures for this class, and then let's get started. So again, here's the class that you are taking, Agricultural Products Marketing 120325, and my name is Jirat Siri Mumum. And this is the first lecture on the Chapter 1, Principle of Agricultural Products Marketing. So the content that I'm going to teach you combine 3 main key topics. The first one is general concept of marketing. So I'm going to teach you about what is market, the definition of market and marketing. Then the concept of agricultural products marketing. So we will go deeper for the concept specifically for the agricultural products. And finally, the third key main like the third key issues that we're going to talk is about factor and process of agricultural products marketing. But for this chapter, we focus mainly on the key factors on number 2. So the first key factors, the general concept of marketing. So there are 4 subtopics that I'm going to be teaching. First one is the meaning or the definitions of market and marketing. Second one, the importance and functions of marketing. Third one, marketing management concept. And after that, that is the common things that you know is actually 4 P's of marketing mix. So what is market? So market is actually can be place for purchasing, place for selling, or even place for loaning. So if we talk about market, you might imagine, oh, we have local market, but market can be, in this case, it can be the exchange of the money. So you can count the bank as the market as well. And sometimes market can be like specific area for exchange or trade. For example, we have the coffee market, which actually not have the real or the physical market. So coffee market is actually the the place that they ask for the price they set the price, they purchase, they buy the coffee. Sometimes they did in the futures. So in this case, it's not like the real market. So this can be called as the market as well. Or sometimes if you buy something online or if you use the e-auction or bidding, so that is a type of market as well. Or sometimes you're gonna have the specific products market like the coffee market, the tea market, as I mentioned. Or sometimes, especially for agricultural products, most of them can be the future market. The market for the future price, for example, the price of the rice. So they already set for this year, but they gonna pay or have some exchange after it's harvested. So this is the future market. We're gonna talk about future market mainly on chapter 4 or 5, something like that. So we're gonna have another terms of market in the labor as well. So we have labor market, which is the workforce that is gonna be used for doing some business. Like we have the labor market for Chiang Rai. So we can count as how many people, what is the nationalities of the people who gonna do the work. So this is the labor market. Or sometimes market can be explained in terms of situation or seasonal or specific need, like the rose market, especially for Valentine's Day, or some specific need like on the lower pictures on the left corner, which is the healthy food market. So this market is specifically for the person who care about their health. So this is all definitions of the market. So in conclusion, from the previous page that I just mentioned, market can be many meanings, many definitions. But in conclusions, markets can be both clear or unclear area. This means it can have the physical characteristic, like you can touch, you can go, or it can be imagined. It can be like virtual area. But the key point is the market can be the situations, can be the actions, or can be the system that leading individuals or organizations to have some exchange. So the key point is you should have the interaction between seller and buyer. So for having some exchange. So it can be face to face like we just talked, or it can be online. You can have the direct purchase, you can have the indirect purchase as well. But those exchange would have the satisfaction between seller and buyer. So in conclusion, again, market is actually it can be just clear or unclear area, but the key point is it need to have some exchange. That exchange can be face to face or the online, but both of them should have some satisfactions. So how about marketing? So marketing is actually the activities of the moving the product or service from one place to the other place. So origins to consumers with the flows market needs. So actually marketing is start from the demands of the consumers. If you need to have something, for example, if you need to have some drink, then you need to have some other factors or other component that lead you to go to the 7-Eleven, for example. And those process is leading to the marketing system. So sometimes we might have some different understanding when we talk to the management people and economics people because they don't think the same thing. If you talk about marketing in terms of management, they're gonna aim for the maximize about the profit and consumer satisfaction. So you are a business administration student, you might think in this side, which is When we think about marketing, you think about profit. You think about how you make the consumer happy. But for economics person, they will focus on how they balance between demand and supply with the acceptable price. They don't think about the profit. They don't think about the consumer satisfaction. So that's mean marketing can do in every aspect. But the key point is marketing will be used in many ways that is linked together. For example, here. So marketing is linked to like first on the pictures, it's linked to the products, it's linked to the promotion, it's linked to the service, selling, research, planning, pricing, advertising, and customer. Like I as I just mentioned, I get thirsty. Then I get thirsty. I want to go to the 7-Eleven to buy some drink. So that kind of drink is actually the final products. But before that, it's have the marketing process. For example, the drink that I select gonna be like maybe vitamin C drink, like seaweed, like the drink that add vitamin C into it. So you might think many process involving to create the drink. For example, the trend, maybe the transportation, the development, um, the uh, the consumer behavior analysis. So that is some example. See, just one product, but it's combined in many part of marketing in the product. Like here, this picture just presents you the whole process from the upstream, like the at the origin, to downstream or the consumers. But they have many person, many organizations get involved for this whole process. It starts from the producers, then they send, in this case, agricultural products, they send the raw materials food to the processors to change the form, to extend the shelf life, to make different shape and size. Like we have fresh pineapple, and then you want to make pineapple jam. This is the processors. Then you need to transport or distribute to the consumer. Every step here need to have the marketing strategies, need to have the marketing issues into it. So, so see, every step get involved with the marketing in both direct or indirect ways. Then, what is the importance of marketing? Why marketing is so important? Because marketing, as I just mentioned, marketing get involved in all ways, all stations, all parts from the beginning to the end users. So let me explain the importance in terms of the consumer, in terms of producers, and in terms of maybe the others. So for now, focus on importance of marketing in terms of the consumers. First one is the marketing have some importance in terms of the form utilities, the use of the form. So normally, marketing will be applied for having some satisfactions on the look, like here, the box. So Japan is the country that have very reputations for have a good looking package, like here. But form utility can be present in terms of the brand as well. So the brand that you remember, the brand that is very interesting for you, also in terms of the form utilities, or the packaging as just present here. So the middle picture is about the egg box. So they design the egg box to protect the egg. That is gonna be very easy to to be hit, or the packaging on the right hand side is going to have QR code for scanning about the information of the products. So marketing get involved in everything here. It's called form utilities. Or here, You will see this is a mango that shipped to Japan. But think about how marketing get involved for this product. So marketing person know that if you use the chip and then it will spend such a long time from Thailand to Japan. So marketing person think they should do something to make it fast. So they make um, the box and they have the the mango protectors like styrofoam that's cover for the whole mango to protect its bruises. Then they put in the box and they send to the Japan by the airplane. So it will have the shorter time. Then you can show and you can sell the product very fast, and it's good for the qualities too. So see, marketing is get involved to the presentation, to the transportation, and also to the protections of the fruit products here. For now, you might have some question why we need to concern about the mango like this way, because mango is the fruit that is very easy to purge. So it can be very soft skin when it's ripened. So you need to protect them. You need to send it fast to the consumer in order to make the consumer happy about the final products. Okay, so this is utilities. How about place utility? So place utility talk we talking about satisfactions of the consumption product in from the specific place. Like here, the homari rice or jasmine rice from Thailand. For now, you can consume homari rice almost everywhere in the world because it's shipped to many countries. So if you want to consume jasmine rice in Japan, you go to Asian market. If you want to have rice in USA, you may go to the Thai restaurant, then consume it. So this means you can have the specific products that you need in almost everywhere right now. Why this is important? Because marketing can serve and make the consumer satisfactions like this case or the last pictures. You see strawberry, but strawberry like this size is not produced in Thailand. It might be from Japan or Korea. So they need to have marketing issues for sending this fresh strawberry to Thailand on time. And they need to have some post harvest, like have a good quality after harvesting. So this is the place utility. Or thinking about cherries. Cherries from America is the most famous around in Asian country, like the fresh cherry. So if you want to consume fresh cherries, you might need to go to some places, then just buy it. So this is place utility, and this is how marketing issues important to agricultural products. Then how about the time? Time utility, we're thinking about the specific time for the product. Because agricultural product is not like the other finished products that already produced. Agricultural products have very specific time for producing and harvesting. For example, when you want to eat durian, it's gonna be summer season in Thailand, maybe on um, April, May, June, and July, or also sometime around this month. So after that, it's this off season. So marketing will get involved for transferring the products to you on time. Or sometime if they can produce like off-season product, it's gonna be good for you too because you can have during off-season and the price gonna be increased. Or the picture of the roses here. Think about on Valentine's Day, on New Year's Day, the high demand of the roses is happen. So Marketers need to plan and make sure that you have enough resources for the market. So this is time utilities. The fourth one, possessions utilities or the the owner utilities. So why this is important? Because actually the possession utility is the satisfaction on exchange the products that you have on the market. So it means you have the right to, in terms of the ownership of the products, and it will use for exchange. Like you can use the rights that you have for the money. You can use the rights that you have for the other products. So this is the possessions utility. Or in other case, this is also a classic case too. You know that some very specific fruit or agricultural products, the possession utility is very strong. For example, durian. So durian variety gan yao, with in English we translate it as the term like long stem. So this variety is very expensive and the taste is very good too. What are you gonna do? Possession utility in this case is that so the farmers or the durian grower, when they have the small fruit, so they might have some consumers or some middle person who come to that farm. Then they gonna like they gonna reserve. They ask for reservation. Like I need to have this fruit, so I can pay you in advance. So in this case, you have it is actually the durian is not uh, fully developed or fully ripened. It's not ready yet, but it's actually you can have the money. So we call in this term this is possessions utilities. How about the rice? The rice is also be applied in terms of possession utilities too. So you grow the rice, but sometimes some other person or some company will come and ask you like, I want to buy your rice, so we can make some agreement for the future price. So it's like guarantee price for the rice or the other fruit. So in this case, the things that you have right now is actually possessions utility because it can be the money in the futures or it can make you feel better because if your price is very good or have high demand, so it will make you have high profit. Then we just finished the importance in terms of the consumers. So how about the importance in terms of producers? So in terms of producers, you might have the value added to products because marketing can be the drivers to make to make the producer create the product to meet the consumer need. For example, in the past we consume just the plain rice or the plain milk, but for now we have many flavor of the milk. The reason why we create many flavor because for now many people like different tastes and flavor. Like we have banana flavors, we have green tea flavor, we have coffee flavor. Then why we concerned about it? Because if you happy, you need to pay it, and the producer might have higher profit. So in this case, that is the reason why marketing is so important for the producers. The next one, marketing is also the key driver for employment because think about if you want to, if the market need a lot of rice of, for example, it may be specifically, so if the market need the premium rice, then what will happen? So the premium rice should be produced from good farm very good farm, and you need to take care a lot, so it's drive the other process. You need to take care a lot, you need to produce it for good quality, and then finally the consumer will buy it with the higher price. So marketing drive the employment because it's it's like the chain process of production. And I just mentioned here, the production creates the job through the process. And especially for agricultural products, it's labor intensive. Because in Thailand, we do not use the machine a lot. In America, that I have ever seen, they use some machines for planting, for harvesting. But in Thailand, we use people mainly. So that's the reason why if we have products and marketing get involved in terms of producer, you will have the employment through the process. Then, not just only, not just only the value added, the employment that will happen, the new products or the creations will happen too. Like here, if you ever went to the market and when you grab some fruit that you want, in this case, going to be orange. You might see orange in Thailand gonna be packed in the plastic bag. But think about the world change. The marketing things concern in terms of the environment. So they would change from the plastic bag to be the paper bag like this one. So they create something new. Or the middle picture is about the egg box produced from the paper. Or we have ready to eat rice that you just put into the microwave and then you can eat it. So with the change of the behaviors, it's changed the marketing issues and then it's reflect to the creation of the new products. Or um, think about the white strawberry on the top. So this is a new variety. Some specific target group they love to have this variety because it tastes great. So if you have the trend for this specific strawberry, so it's the drive to for the producer to produce the things that they need, and then if you can do it, you can have a good price. Or I heard that some fruit like guava, if it's seedless, is the price of seedless is gonna be higher than with seed. Okay. Then the fourth one is the create the continuous business. So if you just listen what I just explained, the marketing get involved in every step of the process for making the new products or the new food. Then in terms of producer, marketing can create continuous process because it starts from the farmer or the grower and then they send to the processor, they send to the distributors, and they send to the consumer. During this process, marketing get involved and it create the chain process. Like here, marketing involved in many activities from the producer to the consumer, and then it's linked to the transportation, processing, and value added. Like this picture. So you see the apples, the pear. Think about why we can consume the apples all year. It's actually about marketing things because the demand of the apple is happening all year. Like every month, consumers need to have apples. So the marketing will lead to the process of storage. So they create, as I know, they create a huge cold storage. They treat with the air for reduce the respiration because the fruit is still alive. They produce carbon dioxide, so this gas can reduce the carbon dioxide and let them have longer shelf life. Or how about the green tea? So green tea drink that you consume almost every day, it starts from the harvest of the tea leaf that transfer to the factory. They transfer to the factory. They add some water, add some sugar. They pack, they boil it, and then they serve to the uh, consumers. With this process, the value is added all the time, every step, and is create the continuous business. Then the marketing can create the revenue for export, especially for Thailand, that is the country for food and agricultural products exporter. You may not know that Thailand is one of the leading world suppliers for the agricultural products, and around a quarter or around 25% of GDP is from food industry. And the major food that we export is the major food export are rice, canned tuna, sugar, meat, cassava, and canned pineapple. So here are examples of how marketing drive the revenues from export and is good for producers. So we just finished importance for the consumers, importance for producer, and how about how is it important for economic system. So marketing calls the consumer to buy the products. How? Marketing let the consumer know what happened. Let the consumer know what is new. They have some process of transportation. It's also called as marketing. So marketing lead the consumer know this is a new product and they want to buy. After they buy the product, the process of money flow is happen. So the money will return to the processor, will return to the growers. Then consumer need, sorry, and that process is start from the consumer need. Think about the food trend right now. We love to have the food that is good for your health or healthy food or safe for consumption. With this needed, is create many operational system like is create the economic system. Um, it start from processing. You need to process the healthy food. You need to storage the raw materials. You need to transfer the raw materials. You need to have the financial support for producing the food. You need to have the insurance, and also if you have a food company, you need to have the employment. Then if you can produce the food or the product that the consumer need, it can increase the consumptions and the demands on the market is happen. So this is how economic system get involved in the marketing issues. Sorry. And then not just marketing have some importance to the consumer, to producer, and to the economic system. It also affects to the society too. Because for now we have higher standard of living, so the food producer have a huge competitions to create a better quality of the food product because they need to have the higher market share. So in order to have the higher market share, they need to do something, and marketing is get involved into it. So marketing issues for this case is like the chicken meat that you see in the picture. So chicken meat, in the past, you consume chicken from the home raised, like you just let the chicken just grow, then you kill it, then you consume it. But for now, because we have high demand of the protein, we have high demand of the chicken meat to be exported. So we can have the farm-raised chicken. And many big companies get involved in this case. Then they can grow the chicken maybe just 3 months. Then they serve the chicken meat to you. So they can apply the advanced technologies to chicken production. Like they should have high percentage of the meat, have lower fat, or have very good texture. So um, the animal science and food science get involved in this case. And then society development. So we can deny that marketing issues affect the society development because for now, food or agricultural products should be safe for you. So we will not consume the food that have high chemicals, have very um, substance, have some substance that's very bad for your health, like heavy metal or arsenic or the very bad co- component from the soil. So we need to have the safe, healthy for the agricultural products. Then, how about what is the functions of marketing in agricultural system? So, function of marketing in terms of management perspective is first, marketing will be used for having the market research. So, marketing will let you know the trends of the consumption, the revenue that they have right now, or how about the um, status of the money that they have for this time, the royalty program that what is the product that they like most or they did not like, and how about the market share of your products. Or second one, product management. So marketing will let you know what is should be good for appearance of the product. For example, in the past, um, most fruit and vegetables should be look very good. There is no holes or there is no worms should be called as a great quality. But for now, many consumer know it because marketing lets you know that the consumer know that having some defect is good for you because it's organic. All about the quality of the products. We have for now we have premium products, we have medium quality, we have low quality. We have improved a lot about packaging, brand, quality assurance, and also the product varieties. That is the result of the marketing. And marketing will be get involved in advertising because marketing we use advertising to let the consumer know what we have on the market or create the awareness. For example, the healthy food that many people concern is also from marketing things. Then we can have salesperson who will produce or who will announce or who will be the person who link from your products to the consumers. So salesperson is the key issues uh, in the purchase. So if you have a good salesperson, they can finish that job very easy, and the consumer will happy for the products. Distribution channel. So marketing also have some function on distribution too. So the marketing will be used to in order to have a suitable type of the transportation. For example, agricultural products is still have some respiration as I just mentioned. So you need to keep in the cold place. So cold transportation is the requirement. And sometimes you need to have some middle person because the farm might be quite far. So you need to have middle person who collect some products to your factories, then produce the food. So warehouse and location. So normally agricultural products will be processed near the place that they produce. So in this case, they would grow the raw materials very close to the production, the process like factories. Okay, then price setting. Marketing also used for price set because price should be depends on the demand, and sometimes it's related to the launching strategies too. For example, if you have a new product, the price at first should not be quite high because you need to have the intention from the consumer. How about the economics perspective? Thinking in terms of economics, marketing get involved for exchange function because you need to sell and you need to buy it. Then physical functions. So marketing get involved into the physical function for storage, transportation, and processing. Then we can have the function of facilitating or supporting. So marketing can help you to set about the standard of the products. The financial support, the risk management, and the last one, marketing information function. So this is very important, especially for the person who gonna be the marketing analyst, because you need to observe and have some information from the market needs, how they trade, how they exchange, and how about the future plan. So everything here is about economics perspectives. So in conclusion, what is the difference between management perspective and economics perspective? Is that management perspective will focus on the business operation. So they will focus on the marketing research, the product management, advertising, salesperson, distribution channel, and price setting. But for economics perspective, they focus mainly on the overall economy. So they think about demand and supply, they think about physical function, facilitating, and marketing information function. So this quite not easy to understand, but that's is needed. So if some part is not quite clear, let me know. Then we have five type of marketing management concept. The first concept is production concept. So production concept will focus on the mass production. They produce in the mass because when you produce something in the mass, the production cost is reduced. And then you need to have a lot of output. So if you have a lot of output, you can apply the low price strategies, which means you can reduce the price to the market. For example, for creating the canned pineapple, we need to have low price for the fresh pineapple because we after we process into the canned pineapple, the price should be increased. We need to reduce the initial price or initial cost. So we need to have some contract farming with the pineapple farmer. So in this case, it's used for mass production. We have product concepts. So this is different from the first one. First one, they focus for the price that it should be low. But for the product concept, they mentioned that they should focus on the quality. So in this case, you might ever heard this word like organic or premium vegetable. So they produce very good or very high standard of the products. So they, in order to have that's very good product, they need to take care a lot. So they need to control the quality. They need to monitor everything for having the good products. And I also point here, if you think about orchid, orchid is actually the product concept too, because you need to take care about the flowers a lot. Yeah. The third one, the selling concept. Selling concept is like the consumer will not buy the things beyond their expectation. For example, this is the real case too. Think about organic market in Thailand. Thai people still uh, not a big fan of organic because the price of organic product is higher or is expensive. So selling concept is applied here because they think if the fruit or vegetable is is more expensive than they think, they will not buy it. So what you should do, you should apply the low price strategies that create the higher profit. Then what you're gonna do, you're gonna apply for the selling promotion, especially for the high production period, like on the peak season of the fruit. So like in this case, think about Nang Le pineapple. That is also the variety that is famous in Chiang Rai. We're gonna have the peak season for summer season, maybe May and June. So we have very expensive Nang Lai pineapple at that month. So what they should do, they should set the price and sometimes they apply some promotion in order to make the consumer want to buy the products. So in all, selling concept, the concept of selling concept is explained in terms of they will not buy the product if the price is over their expectation. Even the quality is very good because they didn't want to have that expensive products. So what you should do, you should understand the behaviors of the people because if they think, like for example, organic is higher price is over than they expect, they will definitely not want to buy it. So you should focus on the lower quality or the lower price. Then you can apply the low price strategies with the promotion. And the fourth one is about the marketing concept. I think some of you might not clear about selling concept. Maybe I'll talk about marketing concept and then we can compare it. Okay. So marketing concept is sorry. They said because selling concept can create the fake demands because they play with the low price strategies. If you set low price in some product, consumer will dump into it because low price is good for them because you can pay less money, right? So this happened. They said marketing concept is don't they did not agree for applying the selling concept because it's not the real demand, it's not the real want. So low quality reduce the consumer satisfaction as well because sometimes some product have low quality, the consumer will not happy. So they said marketing concept should focus on the consumer satisfactions over the other competitions. How they gonna do? They're gonna apply some strategy of marketing directly to the products. So I would say I would compare both concept for these pictures. So think about this one. It's totally different because selling concept it start from the producers. Then they focus on the products. Then the method that they use is they use the low price strategies. The outcome is if you set the low price, many people want to buy your products, and then you have high profits from the huge sales, which means you have some profit, but the satisfaction is not considered. But it's different from the marketing concept, which is you focus for the target market first. Who are you going to buy? Who is your consumer? Then think about what consumer need, and then you use the integrated methods like mixed marketing. Sometimes the quality might not be very good in the medium range, but you apply the other thing like communications, promotions to it. An outcome is the consumer happy because the quality is higher than the selling concept, which is the low quality. And the profit should be from the repurchase or the consumer satisfaction. Because after you feel happy with something, you tend to buy that second. Not like you buy something that is low price, like for example, the fruit. I ever have some experience on the durian too. Have you ever noticed some shop post the price which is very low price? So they attract the people who buy the durian, but actually that is not the price. So they use the price strategies. So answer, I think some of you might still get confused between the selling concept and marketing concept. So this picture is explained. Again, the conclusion in terms of the difference between selling concept and marketing concept, which is the selling concept focus on the producers. They did not concern about the consumers. Then they focus for the products produce the low price. Sometimes they use the selling and promotion to increase the sales. Then the profit that they have is from directly the sales. But for the marketing concept, it's different. They're concerned about target markets first. They think about what actually consumer need. They might need the premium products. They need to have the medium quality but acceptable price. Then what you can apply the other marketing mix. Then the outcome is from the profit from the consumer that satisfy your product. So see, profit is the result in both of them, but the profit from different ways. So selling concept, the profit is from the sales, but the marketing concept, the profit is from consumer satisfactions. For me personally, I think marketing concept have more sustainability, have more uh, it should be good for long run because consumer happy with your product, they will keep consuming your products. And the fifth, the marketing concept for these lectures, it is the societal concept. So this word, this name, really clear what they concern. They concern about society. So they think overconsumption affect environment and resources. You know, during COVID-19, many people concerned that in the past they consume too much because we are in the system of capitalism. We consume this a lot, but during COVID-19, many people think sometimes we did not need it, did not need some products because we buy some product, but you did not use it. So they have this concept. So they avoid or ban some business that makes the pollution because the consumer trend right now they are friendly with the environment, or in other terms they concern about the environment, not focus just target market but concern about the consumer and society. So it's different from the marketing concept which is focused on the target market, but for societal market concept they concern about the consumer and society at the same time. And what they're going to do, they will focus for the safety and standard, trust and profit from the consumers is the key issues. So for now, like me, sometime I would pay more if that product is concerned about environment, or you can trust more that they produce the food from the local community. So I would prefer to pay more like this one. This is the societal marketing concept. Okay. Oops, sorry. Then m- let me just quick review for the marketing mix. So for the production decisions, we have four P's as you remember. Remember product, price, place, and promotion. About product decisions, We consider the brand name, functionality, quality, safety, packaging, repair and supporting and service. But price strategy, price penetration, discount, price flexibility, and price discrimination is for price decision. So let me give some more information for the price, like price strategies. Some agricultural products, when they launch at first, they would set the price that is low to attract the people, to draw attention from the consumers. Price penetration, sometimes you use some strategies to have the higher market share. For example, you apply the promotion concept about the price, like buy one get two, or reduce the price at a certain time for increase the market share. Discount price flexibility in terms of the agricultural products because it's very easy to spoil. So think about Lotus. Some people want to go to Lotus, the convenience store, maybe 7 p.m. because at that time they will change the price because some agricultural product the quality is reduced. They're gonna set the label tag that is reduced the price, but is also consumable. The price discrimination is which is price with the same product in supermarket and in fresh market might not be the same. Then place decisions. So agricultural products, you need to think about the place too. How you're going to distribute, you need to apply some specific process or not, like cold storage or dry storage or not. Then you might think about membership system, warehouse. So distribution center, it because it's if you have distribution center that quite far, the quality of the product, agricultural product going to be reduced. And how to transport, for example, you want to transport the fruit to Japan. So by airplane is going to be the best choice for having the freshness. But if it can keep for a long time, so transporting by ship is okay. Promotion decision, marketing communication. You need to communicate to the consumers, advertising, direct sales, public relation, budget for advertising. So here are all four marketing mix. The second big concept that we're gonna talk, uh, topics that we're gonna talk is concept of agricultural products marketing. So so concept of agricultural products marketing will be involved in three sub area. Importance of agricultural products marketing, difference between normal or general products and agricultural products, and what is the roles of agricultural products marketing. So let's go for the importance of agricultural products marketing in Thailand first. So agricultural products in Thailand can be used as the resource to make the product with the maximum benefits. So the marketing of the agricultural products in Thailand can motivate the producer to create the values and the revenues to the products because you need to have to use the land, the resource in terms of the land, water, money, and labor to produce the product that is gonna be good for your business. And the product that you're gonna produce should meet with the consumer need. So Thailand is a country that have many resources. We are lucky because we located in the tropical area. We can have many fruit and vegetable. We can have a good location for transportations too. So marketers concerned about these good things. They think marketing strategies should be applied to be a leading indicator of production, which means if you want to use the agricultural products, you should use with the high capacity for making the food or making the agricultural products like here. Because for now, we're concerned about the alternative um, fuel or alternative power. So Thailand is a good country because we have land for growing the palm tree. Then, growing the palm tree, you can have some resource, some factory to create the oil and use as biodiesel or biogas, bio oil, and it's good for the country because we can reduce the money that we need to import the oil from the other countries. Then, why agricultural products marketing is important? Because it affects to the living of consumers. Sorry for the sounds too. So let's move back a little bit. Okay, that's bad. Maybe we waiting a little moment until that car is gone. Okay, so let's me talk about the results of the first important again. So agricultural products marketing have something important because thinking about Thailand, Thailand have a good resource that you can use for maximize the benefits from the agricultural products. So normally Thailand have enough land, enough water, enough money, and enough labor. So we can apply and use this strength to produce the products for the country. Then, because Thailand uh, have a good resource, then we have the policies that link to use the agricultural products. So it affects to the living of the consumers in Thailand too. Because think about the agricultural products in terms of 100%. 60% of agricultural product is food. So you can produce the food product to the other country. That is the reason why we want to be the kitchen of the world. And then the agricultural product that they produce, this can be used as the alternative energy source like palm oil that I just mentioned, sugarcane and cassava. It can all of them can be used as the biodiesel. So they said marketing affects to the technology that will be used in production, in tracking, in setting the standard, transportation, and post harvest. So everything here can be used for making the living of the consumers. Because if you have, sorry for the sounds. Okay, so if we have enough resource, it's linked to have better job, have better product, have higher products, have higher production, and then we have higher living of the consumers. Then the agricultural products marketing is also affects to the revenue of the person in the market system because market system of the agricultural products you need to have the middle person. We have the raw materials producer and then they need to send the raw materials to the other places to process to transfer to the final user or the final consumers. So they said if there is no need for agricultural product consumption, there is no market, no producer, no management, no movement, so no money and no business. So agricultural products marketing is very important because it creates the need, it creates the chain of reactions of the production. So that's it. Con- Conversely, marketing drives products movement from the producer to the consumers and create the business activities and marketing strategies. Then, agricultural products marketing is used and affects to the country gross domestic production. So GDP is the key factors when we talk about how much money that each country have. So Thailand is the world leading agricultural suppliers. So and we produce the food to be the third largest industry around the world and contributing around 23% that I just mentioned. And Thailand export the value added product to international market. So we produce the processed food. We produce the canned food, frozen food to the world market. So rice, canned tuna, sugar, chicken meat, cassava, shrimp, and canned pineapple also exported. So and it's trying to be increased, especially for COVID-19. We have higher percentage of the growth rate because um, the frozen food is very convenient for the people who have the problem about COVID-19 and also canned products too. So this is how agricultural products marketing importance to Thailand. Last one. Agricultural products marketing is also linked to the societal standard of living because with agricultural products marketing is is the key factor to create the higher quality of the food product. For example, think about in the past, you just have not quite high standard of the chicken meat, but for now, we need to follow with the standard. We have better quality, and we have the chicken meat all year, like every market. So you can have a good food, good quality. Also, the it's very convenient because you can have the chicken meat from the supermarket, from the convenience store, or you can have different varieties of the flavors, different variety of the products. Or think about for now you can have the product specifically for some specific target group, like for the older people, from the person who have some diabetes or the specific diseases. So this is how agricultural products marketing affects to the Thailand consumers, Thailand economies. So let me brief again how agricultural products marketing impact to the Thai people. Okay. So first, agricultural products marketing impact to the use of the resource because Thailand have the agricultural resource to produce the products. So agricultural products marketing can be the key driver to run the business in terms of the process of agricultural products. Then with the good things that we have from the resource, the living of the consumer will be increased or the higher standard too because we can have a good food, we can have a good resource, so we can have good money, we can have good health in this case. Then we can have um, a good revenue, like higher revenue when we apply the agricultural products to the market, because it can be systematic operation, not just the chance that if you have some product you're gonna buy it, but this is the system start from the producer to the consumers, and it affects to the money of the countries too, and it affects to the standard of living for the people who live in Thailand. Then let's talk about what is the difference between normal or general products and agricultural products marketing. So normally it's actually the same concept of marketing where we apply, but what is different is different in terms of the characteristics. So they have something more specific in agricultural products for general products. Let me just group and then talk in each factors. First one, thinking about land. General products. So general products have did not need to have the land because they need to use the raw materials that already processed. So what they need to have just factories that is very near to the raw materials producers or the close to the market. And what they just focus on the logistic that transfers fast or low shipping costs. But agricultural products, think about you need to grow the plant or fruit or vegetable. So in this case, the land or the soil should be concerned. So you need to have good soil. I mean, in terms of fertility, it should be abundant or should be have a good quality of the soils. It should have good atmosphere, good temperatures, have enough water, and suitable humidities to make the agricultural products. For example, if you want to produce the strawberry, it should be produced in the northern part of Thailand. But if you want to have the seafood product, you should think about the southern part of Thailand. So land should be um, suitable, because if you don't have the suitable factors of the land, it's going to be increase the cost of production. For example, if you want to produce the strawberry in the southern part of Thailand, the atmosphere might not be good. The temperature will be different. The humidity is different too. So you need to build um, the glass house to control the temperature, and the cost is increased too. So your decisions should be think about the efficiency of the production and the quality that will be obtained. Then how about labor? So labor for general products is actually lower workforce, but agricultural products we focus on the labor intensive because we still need to have the people who work in the farm. So we need to pay more. And general product apply more technology and machine. You need to have skilled and trained workers. You need to pay it's a lot and with the regular time, because general product they should have monthly payment, but agricultural product is different. Labor cost is the thing that you should focus, because in Thailand we still need to use many people, especially for the farming. But those people will not have the skill and train it. So you can pay lower money. But the problem is they will not work for you for a year. They just work at the peak season or the high season of the products. And sometimes you might have a problem on the number of the labor because it might not be enough. And sometimes you need to have immigrant or the worker from the other countries. Then use more machines. For now, we have the policy to be smart farming, but it's not apply quite well because we focus for now. We still focus for the labor work, so that is the labor, the capitals or the money. So in general products, the capital is depends on the product need and size of the production. Like for the factories, if we have high demand of the product, you might need to have high capitals. If the size of product is increased, you need to have high capitals. And if you use or apply the high technology, for example, in the food production, if you use high pressure processing, it's going to be cost a lot compared with um, the drying process. Think about agricultural products. It depends on the product needs as well, but normally the size they will concern about how much or how many of the raw materials, not just the finished product like general products. And the size of production is different too. So think about you produce the fruit and vegetable in your house, and you need to produce fruit and vegetable in the big farm. So we have different size. Or think about the farm raised and home raised chicken. So we have different perspectives too. So that is the agricultural product issue. There's also concern about production rate and technology use too, because agricultural products have very complicated issues. Sometimes production rate is not what we expect because the season is changed, the climate is changed, and for sometimes the quality of the product will not be the same too. So it affects a lot to the capitals. How about the business factors? So business factors for general product is we have input in terms of process or date raw materials. But agricultural product is still living, as I mentioned. So it still have some respiration. It still helps produce the gas, carbon dioxide gas or oxygen gas. So they're still alive. You need to maintain the quality. So general product also produced in the certain formula. So it's have the standard. But agricultural product different in terms of the quality, different in terms of the shape and size too. For example, one plant of tomato did not have the same color or same size or same shape. So you need to focus on the quality control and you need to apply a lot about labor. And sometimes you need to follow with the standard like good agricultural practice, the standard for having a good quality. And it's not easy to check too because agricultural products when it's mixed together is very impossible to check back. But for the general products, you can use a trace back system, and also they can have the label and machine that is very easy to apply. So they have lower and maybe the machine can work for you. Then general products have quite stable environmental change because it's like the closed system. But agricultural product is open. If we have the different temperature change, the climate change is affects a lot to our product's quality. And they actually the general product is just very standardized. So it's have the set of the standard. But for agricultural products, it's different. The quality might not be the quality might not be the same. So you need to check it carefully. And sometimes you need to predict in the future. For example, think about having the rice. So you need to predict what will happen in the next year. What is the price for the next year? It's not like standard. It's not like finished products from the general products. And when you think about the general factories, it's very easy to solve the problem because it's already set with the procedures. But for agricultural products, sometimes it's not easy. You need to monitor day by day. Maybe sometime you need to solve a problem every hours. For example, when the flood, the rice field, the rice farm is flooded, so you need to remove the water and solve the problem. Then general products, actually, when you think about the worker, they work with specific jobs, so they just know what they're gonna do. But agricultural product, you need to have more experience because the experience can help you to solve the problem. If you're just new farmer, you might have a problem. So that is the issues for business factors. And how about uncertainty management? So that's it. General products depends on the situation of economy, the politics, society and technologies. So they will follow with the things that happen at that time. But for agricultural products, it's different. You need to monitor the natural condition, but I would say it's uncontrolled. Sometimes the weather is changed 2 or 3 times per day. So what you need to do, you need to have the data, you need to have some experience, and sometimes you need to admit that if the price will be decreased, you need to sell the product to have some part of the price. For example, it's happened 2 years ago with the Pula pineapples. The price at that time is reduced a lot, but they think the price should be increased soon. But the trend is predicted in terms of the price will not be increased. So they just uh, get lost. So by just at that time, if I remember is correctly, it's gonna be normally the price for Pulai pineapple around 10 baht, but at that time it's just 5 baht, and then they can predict that next month is gonna be reduced to be 4 baht. So at that time, pineapple farmers, agree to sell all pineapple. So they get lost, but they still have some money. Or we need to monitor the change of the current situation like COVID-19. So COVID-19, they did not allow to cook or just have the food at the restaurant. So frozen food or canned food is have increased in the demand. So this is uncertainty management. Then think about characteristic. So the characteristic in terms of general products, the producer is they're gonna concern about the market size, the market share. But agricultural products, the producer mostly they are the small group. So they collect the raw materials, then they send to the next producers. But general products, they're gonna think about what size that they're gonna produce. Like if they need to produce the whole country, they're gonna have the big factory, the huge raw materials. The quality control is easier in terms of general products because it's already standardized. But for the agricultural products, you need to control every fruit, every batch, every lot of production. Product quality is not quite stable too because sometimes it might have the natural condition like climate change or the season problem. But for the general product is quite stable. It's very stable because it's already produced. The raw material is processed and standard. Then think about in terms of the transportation. So transportation for the general product is very easy because it's already produced. You need You don't need to concern. You need to control the temperatures. You need to maintain the quality or not. No, because it's already packed. Like here, the face mask. So you just pack and send. It's easy to transport. But think about agricultural product is still fresh, and the quality will be reduced during the transportation. So sometimes you need to think about the size of the transportation too. Think about the pineapple. You have a huge size of the truck, but actually the things that you can use is just maybe less than 50% because it contains about the peel, contains about the leaf. So this is the point of agricultural products. And how about the price? The price is depends on the cost of production and strategy and competition policy in terms of general products. But the price of a agricultural product is not stable. It depends on the season. It depends on the demands of the market. And sometimes middle person is the person who just uh, praise the price for the farmer as well. So they say unstable set price need to follow with the standard price, or sometime you need to follow with the price on the world market. You cannot set the price by yourself. For example, the coffee market and tea market. Then last one, low transportation cost with low storage cost because it's already processed. But for agricultural products, it have higher transportation costs and higher storage costs because you need to control the temperature. You need to maintain the quality. So that is the problem of the agricultural products. Then, what is the role of agricultural products marketing? So, honestly, it is the country economies. Agricultural countries, if they have good marketing, so it's gonna be good for their countries. Because for now, with the pleasures of economics, the power or energy resources, food and financial crisis, is the factor that drive to the big changes in agricultural business. Because think about this one. In the past, normally we just follow with the marketing system. But for now, agricultural products marketing is the tool for drive the country. Like this way. In the past, we will produce the agricultural products according to the policies of the nation, the government. Like you will produce rice, you will produce the rubber trees, you will produce the palm. But for now, it's different. You need to think about what is the consumer need, what is the world market needs. So agricultural products marketing is very needed to be the driver for having a good economy. Like for now, our national policies they trend to decrease the oil supply. Like the world for now, we have limited of the oil supply, and it's have the high price too. So Thailand want to think different ways. We need to use the alternative sources to produce the alternative energy source. Like in this case, we're gonna produce biodiesel. So it's a good chance for Thailand because we have the potential to produce the sugarcane, cassava, and palm oil and use for having a good product, and then we can export to the other countries. So then we promote the alternative energy source to the farmer. Like if the alternative energy source have high demand, you can promote by just use the empty land that did not grow anything, or you just ask the farmer to grow different plant, like grow the sugarcane, grow the palm to support the demand. Okay, so If you have the policy like that, the farmer will have more money and the industry of alternative energy will grow and we have more employment. So that is the reason why our country for now they change the agricultural production plan by promoting the growth of the energy source and use the abandoned area or change the area that have the low production in some plant to and replace with the sugarcane, cassava, and palm oil production. And the second one, agricultural products marketing had the role in terms of agricultural business. So, because Thailand had the visions to be the kitchen of the world, so we have a good resource to be. So we developed the new and modern production system. We have invest a lot to have a good quality system. So in order to export a good product, just both fresh agricultural product and processed agricultural products. And we need to reduce the cost of production in order to compete with the other countries and applying the standard that meet requirement for the world requirement. And then Thailand also applying the technology into the processing too. So as I work for the food science and technology, I know that it's changed a lot. They apply the new machine, they apply the new technique to add the values to the product because they need to export the good quality products, not just normal products. So that is actually why you added product expansion. So for now, government just keep the sign that we need to produce the high quality product and then our food and agricultural product industry follow with it. And we, for now, we are the top rank of agricultural product exporters. And one thing that marketing can have some benefit is not just a good product, we need to have good branding too. So we need to make the consumer accept the product and create the brand royalties. And for now, we have the new ways to distribute the agricultural products. For example, we have the modern trade um, unit because we have the new generation as the target group. So normally in the past, agricultural products gonna be sell just the fresh market. But for now, you can have the fresh agricultural product in 7-Eleven, in Lotus, or in the others convenience store. And sometimes some producers have their own channel as well. They have some own shop like CP Fresh Mart that just sell the products from Charan Pokapan or CP, or Five Star Grilled Chicken that they have the shop for selling the product by themselves. The third role of agricultural products marketing is consumer who consume agricultural products. For now, we concern a lot because the world is changing very fast. We need to adapt and adjust with the change of the consumer behaviors. Like if you can have the quick response and hit with their demands, it will be great. Because for now, people need to have a good life. They're looking for high quality products, better quality products. So that's the reason why healthy food, organic food is very famous. And you need to make sure that they can trust with the product that you produce too. So agricultural product marketing can be involved and create the whole process. And then the marketings can provide the information for the whole chain as well. So please make sure that the product that you produce you can trust, and then you're gonna have brand royalties. And for now, many consumers they just need to have just small portion. Like you can have small cups of the rice, but is the things that they need because they did not want to keep it for the huge amount, and it should be convenient. That is reason why for now ready to eat food is very have high demand. So for the last key topics is the factor and process of agricultural products marketing. The sound is coming again. Oh, I hate this one. Ah, man. So I can pause. Uh, I'm sorry about the sounds around here. Okay, it's almost finished. It's the last three pages. Just wait for a moment. Okay, so for the last key topics that I would like to teach you for this lecture is factors and process of agricultural products marketing. So we will have factors affecting agricultural products marketing and process of agricultural products marketing. Oops, sorry. So what is the factors that affects to agricultural products marketing? So it, the whole process of agricultural products marketing will get involved in many part. First one is consumers. So you need to monitor the consumer change, the change of the behaviors. Like for now, they're concerned about healthy and organic. So that is the key point for making the agricultural products. About economies. For now, COVID-19 make us have very bad economies. So we have inflation. We have the problem about the money. So we need to consider about this one too. Many people don't want to have high quality product. They reduce the standard to be medium quality. So it's good for the producers too. And third one, culture and society. So we might have we may have these effects from the Western cultures. So in the past, Thai people consumed the local vegetable, but for now, the fam the famous the many people love to have the salad vegetable and imported vegetable that is very famous, but the local vegetable is not have a high demand. Then don't forget to think about the rules and regulations, especially for exporting. You need to have set and reach with the criteria. Like you need to have GMP, HACCP that I'm gonna talk to you next chapters. We need to think about the competition as well. So we have high competitions. We need to have the market share that link to your profit. And then if you have high competition, you need to think about having a new innovation or new products to serve to the market. New technologies, because new technology will help you to fight with the other competitors. And the national resource that for now, we have some limitation in terms of the the resource that we can use because for now, agricultural products for producing the product will need to separate and use for making biodiesel. So please think about this one too. If you think the raw material is enough, make sure that you check that that raw material will be used to another products or not. Okay. Then last one, the process of agricultural products marketing. These three topics is the things that I'm going to teach you later on. First one, analyzing. So you need to understand the information management, how to do market research. What is the factors of environment that gonna link to the marketing? The consumer behaviors, just for in brief, the market segmentation and how to target market. Then, you, after analyzing, you need to have good planning. So you need to set the objectives, you need to set the marketing strategies and actions, and finally, you need to apply the marketing mix to your plan. And finally, you need to implement and control. So I will teach you about the implement budget setting and responsibility setting. So that's all the process of agricultural marketing. And this is all for the first lectures. So this quite a long lectures and lots of details. Be honest, I'm not a good lecturer. If I talk in some point that is not clear, let me know. I'm willing to talk to you again via the live sessions. So see you on the live sessions for Friday at 1 p.m. And thank you so much for watching and learning these videos. And again, feel free to talk to me and I will try my best to answer your questions. Again, thank you very much.